beans. They would begin to eat beans regularly, sometimes even for breakfast, sometimes even with toast. But it would undoubtedly be the main influence on what many people would consider there to be the greatest album, Bean Stew. With this seminal piece of work, and with the album cover designed by respected flop artist Randy Warthog, the duo had reached new dizzying heights of recording and broken all artistic boundaries.
That album really was the landmark of their careers. In this rock critic's opinion, it was the greatest musical discovery since man learned to play the spoons on his knee. Man on the moon, and he's playing with a spoon, yeah, man.
I remember when I first heard that album, and it really blew me away in a way I've never been blown before. And I remember listening to it and hearing that 20-minute track, The Effects of Engine Noise. And it was just a sheer 20 minutes of avant-garde sounds and car exhaust just going off. And you can't get more revolutionary than that. Alright, now that's enough. Go on. Get off here. I'll pick it up. Go on.
With the artistic and commercial success of the album, and with beans being available on the open market, the group unintentionally spawned what the press christened the Summer of Bean that year. People all over began to experiment with peace, love, and beans.
I think it was around the period of 67, possibly 68, when I went and visited Hayes Ashburn in San Francisco. And I remember being there and seeing all the hippies gathered together on a big field, experiencing the joys of peace, love, and beans. You know, you could definitely get this feeling when you're walking through of the love and peace emitting from one another. And most importantly, a huge sense of gastric wind. This is what people should be doing. They should be spreading the word of bean. They should be spreading beans on toast. They should be putting beans in a cup and dipping their chips in it, or as you call them in the US, fries.
It was around this period that Darren attended an NHS eye test at his local optician and met who would become his future spouse and artistic partner, the underground, avant-garde optical assistant, Sue Duku. After their first meeting, Darren was in awe of her and her work, and would influence him to write Drips and Drab's next single, I Only Have Eyes for You, Q, F, P, G. With Sudoku having established herself as the key force in Darren's life, the two immediately announced their engagement to the free world.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you both for coming onto the show to announce your happy engagement.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
It must be a thrilling moment for you both.
With me being a highly respected recording artist, selling about 100 records, and Sue being a vastly respected optical assistant working in the Swindon area, we tend to feel that our partnership, people can benefit from that.
And does your charming fiancée feel the same way?
Well, what can I say? I can't shut her up about it. She's over the moon, I can tell you. I mean, she really makes her feelings well felt about this relationship.
And how does your relationship affect upcoming projects?
Well, Sue's got this idea at the moment that I'm backing up 125%. And the idea is to convey the message of peace and love through the use of NHS eyewear.
I'm sorry, NHS eyewear?
That's right, yeah. I mean, we see the eye as an eye to your soul. I mean, the eye is in me. And we want to kind of like get across that message that with this NHS eyewear, which may I just add is available from all quality NHS optical retail stores in the Swindon area. And we really just want to communicate that vast message of peace and love to the world.
Well, that's very interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that being done before.
Well, like I said, it was Sue's idea. You know, she is a torrent of influence at the moment. Not only in the optical labs, but also in the kitchen as well.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Does this affect your songwriting at all?
Well, at the moment, it's really kind of enhanced it. Because this metaphor, this image of the eye, we're kind of like trying to convey our message in the lyrics. For instance, our new single, which is called Optical Disillusion, is our plea for the end of capital punishment. And the B-side, which is called Smoke Gets in Your Contact Lenses, as everybody knows, that is our sympathetic message to anybody who's suffered an arson attack.
How does Sue get on with your other creative partner, Dwayne Drips?
The two of them don't really see eye to eye on many levels. Get it? You know what I mean? Eye to eye. Given time, they'll get on well with one another. I do feel that they're very much alike, and I really do feel there's a mutual admiration between.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask your charming fiancé a question.
Yeah, sure, go right ahead.
Is that quite all right with yourself, Sue, if I just ask you a question about your current artistic role?
Oh, yes, 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 I'd be absolutely delighted. I don't get asked many questions, you know.
Oh, look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. The sound of your hello, the music I hear, misty the moment you need. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Can't you see how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you.
Drips and Drabs then entered the 1970s in typical swinging style with a slew of records. Some, such as their Back to Roots record, Exile on Dead End Street, and their romantic ballad selection, Hardwood Love, was successful. Others, such as the duo's Message for Simpler Plumbing on the album Down the Pan, and their geriatric protest anthem, Give the Remote Back to Grandma, were not so successful. But the main benefactor in the group's lack of artistic success was due more to the fact that Dwayne and Darren were really on speaking terms by this point. Of course, Darren and Sudoku's relationship was a huge strain on Dwayne. Dwayne, one-time leader of the group, was now tied in second place in the recording partnership. He made his anger and frustration well known, as documented here in this 1973 musical documentary, Drab Plucker Blues.
That one. Just play the fucking first note, will you?
What, you mean?
Of course I mean the first fucking note. Just play the fucking first note. What is wrong with you? Is it that hard to understand me? Yeah?
Well, the thing is that
How hard is it to understand me? Is it that hard?
Wait a minute, I'm not trying to like... You mean the opening?
I'm sick of working with you. You right?
Yeah, but...
Shut up.
Do it.
I've had enough of you. You're a fucking pillock, you are.
I'm just trying to get it.
No, I'm absolutely had it up to here with you. Fucking hate you.
I'm trying to
I can't fucking work with you anymore. Okay.
Don't want to
Piece of shit. I've had it with you. Fuck it. Totally.
twat.
And you can fuck off as well. Yeah?